So I had to run away real quick because I needed to give you this update. This update because you need this substantial hope. Not this substantial hope because it's beyond hope. It is validation. It is affirmation that something must be done, all right? Now, sure, this report is a lot of pages. I still haven't gone through it, but I needed to go to a specific section that calmed my anxiety, and this is what this is about. Because remember, if there's evidence, it doesn't necessitate that there will be an outcome that is to our favor. The answer is, what is the legal conclusion of all of the evidence, right? And we get that here. We get that validation here. Woo! It is page, I don't know what that page number is, but it will show up in the video, I'm sure. Let's go! The department's view that the Constitution prohibits the continued indictment and prosecution of a president is categorical and does not turn on the gravity of the crimes charged, the strength of the government's proof, or the merits of the prosecution, which the office stands fully behind. Indeed, but for Mr. Trump's election and imminent return to the presidency, the office assessed that the admissible evidence was sufficient to obtain and sustain a conviction at trial. That tells us three things. You ready? First one, had he not been voted in as president, at trial, former President Donald J. Trump would have been convicted for trying to interfere in the election. What does that tell us? That tells us that the Senate, even though they convicted but couldn't find the threshold, it means that senators who refused to vote for an indictment did so out of political loyalty to Donald Trump, not to the Constitution, therefore violating their own oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. This means that he should have been impeached on his trial in regards to the election interference, in regards to the insurrection. Upon this reality, the video that I will attach to this description in regards to the force of Section 3, Amendment 14 comes into play. Please watch that because I don't got time to be going through that because this is a really quick recap so that you know. Second, it tells us that what I've been positioning to you all, that upon his inauguration on January 20, the social contract collapses because the supreme law is subverted by someone who tried to usurp it, is true. And therefore, the next phase that I've been talking about is also true. You know why? Because wherever law ends, tyranny begins. And what this report is telling us is that the Senate failed to uphold the law. Congress upheld to do their part in making sure that someone who has evidence that is significant in regards to their partaking in an insurrection, whether that's comforting or actually invoking, failed us. And the courts have failed us, and through the leveraging of ambiguity of the Constitution, striking down decisions of the states in order to make sure that it's as politicized and as confusing as possible so that Trump could have an opportunity to be elected. This means that all branches basically failed us. This means that the rule of law will fall if Donald Trump is elected. In this regard, the second video that I will attach is very much in play. Please do download this report because you don't want it to be taken away and then you don't have it, because this will be our evidence for what? For lawful resistance if he is inaugurated, all right? Because this provides us that lawful evidence that the social contract will fall after January 20 if he is inaugurated. Note, we don't even know about the FI part, so it's possible that the first video that I will attach is much more realistic, especially under FI, because it's easier to remove him as a ticket if there is a compromise in the campaign. But third, before I get in trouble because I gotta go, this report officially tells us that every single MAGA voter, every single Trump voter is a traitor to the country, is a traitor to the Constitution, and they hate America. That is great. God bless America. MAGA voters are literal Confederates. Carrie Underwood, you're not a country singer. You're a rebel singer. You're a Confederate singer. That's crazy. All of them are traitors to the Constitution. Have fun with that because I gotta go. I told myself that I wouldn't be the man who does work when I'm busy, but yo, I had to do this. Yeah. Keep the hope. Keep the hope because this report validates us, because this conclusion tells us that he is not legitimate in regards to being the next president. It means that it must be dissolved. Check out the first video for that.